Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rizwan Ahmed. I am in charge admissions in COMSATS University Islamabad campus. COMSATS University Islamabad offer admissions in undergraduate and graduate degree programs twice in a year in fall and spring session. The fall session starts in the first week of September and ends in January, whereas the spring session starts in the first week of February and ends in June. Admissions in COMSATS are offered purely on merit basis. There is no self-finance and quota system. We accept only fresh applications. COMSATS University do not accept the credit hours of any other university. However, a student of COMSATS can transfer their credit hours to any other university, either national or international. The purpose of this video is to address all those questions which candidates ask during each admission cycle. So this video is going to be helpful for those candidates who are seeking admissions in COMSATS. So when they will apply for admissions, they will apply with clarity and with confidence. We have completely online admission process. An applicant will apply online for admissions to our website www.admissions.comsats.edu.pk. No manual admission form will be issued by admission office at the time of admission. In case the admission page is stuck and is not loading properly, an applicant is advised to change and update the internet web browser. If the problem still exists, they can contact admission office via email or through telephone numbers available in the online admission portal. Yes, a candidate can apply for admission in more than one campus and is required to complete all the admission formalities of each campus. For engineering and architecture, 60% marks are required in intermediate, whereas in non-engineering program, 50% marks are required in HSSC. To further check the eligibility criteria of various programs, an applicant is advised to visit our admission website. Yes, you can edit any information in your online admission form before final submission. Once you have submitted your admission form and reach admission office, then an applicant cannot change and update any information in their admission form. If you have already submitted your application and want to change and update any information on your admission form, you will contact admission office and submit editing request via email or through message center available in the online admission portal. The admission staff of COMSATS will edit your application as per your request. Yes, COMSATS University allows result awaiting candidates of FSC Part 2 to apply for admission on the basis of FSC Part 1 with the condition that they have no F grade in each course. Secondly, the candidate has not cancelled any paper of FSC Part 1. You will be offered provisional admissions and will be confirmed on the submission and verification of your matric and intermediate results. The confirmation of admission letter will be issued by Department of Academics on verification of your document from your respective boards. In any case, your provisional admission will be cancelled with immediate effect if you fail to achieve minimum 60% of marks in intermediate for engineering and architecture program and minimum 50% of marks for non-engineering programs. Applicants having supply in FSC Part 1 cannot apply for admission. However, They can apply for admission in the next session with complete FAFSC result. They can only apply for admission on the basis of their available FAFSC complete result, subject to meeting the eligibility criteria of a program. However, they can update their FAFSC improved result by contacting admission office once the result is announced by their respective board before the merit list is published. After the display of merit list, improved FSC result will not be considered. Yes, they can apply for admission on the basis of their FSC Part 1 result. They will be treated as result awaiting candidates, and while filling up the admission form, they will mention their FSC Part 1 result and furnish affidavit on the stamp paper that they have appeared for additional math exam prior to apply for admission in CUI. Students who have completed their FA, FSC, A levels are required to mention their complete result. Yes, the applicant must obtain the equivalency certificate of O and A level from Inter-Board Chairman Committee while applying for admission in COMSATS. A-level result awaiting student can apply for admission on the basis of their metric and O-level equivalency certificate issued by IBCC. While filling up the admission form, they will upload A1 result and statement of entry. Here I would like to mention that the candidate has already appeared for A2 exam and waiting for result. If a candidate has already cleared their A levels, they must obtain the equivalency certificate from IBCC while applying for admission in COMSATS. If they fail to produce their A level certificate at the time of admission, their merit will not be formulated based upon their grade letters. If an applicant is unable to produce O-level equivalency at the time of admission, their form will not be considered for admission. The student of O and A levels will contact IBCC to issue them O and A level certificates separately, as it is a requirement of the university for merit calculation. Yes, it is mandatory for an applicant to deposit application processing fee while applying for admission in COMSATS. Admission processing fee is non-refundable. No, the candidate must submit admission processing fee of each campus separately through challan available on the admission portal. There is no need to send the paid processing fee challan to admission office, but it is mandatory for an applicant to upload the image of their paid processing fee challan in their online admission. The GAT general test. GAT subject. GAT subject stands for Subject-Based Graduate Aptitude Test. An applicant who will apply in PhD program will appear in GAT subject test. On bachelor's level, there is no pass and fail. An applicant is advised try to get maximum marks in the ND exam to be able to qualify for the merit. For MS program, 50 is required, and for PhD program, 60 marks are required in GAT subject exam. Yes, you can apply for admission and register yourself for the NAT and GAT test through COMSATS. NTS test fees is not included in the processing fees of admission. To register for NTS test through COMSATS, an applicant will pay a separate fee for test registration. If you have a valid NTS test score at the time of application submission, it will be accepted for admission processing and merit calculation. To qualify on merit, it is advised to reappear for NTS exam again and improve your NTS score for merit competition. If you have a previous valid NTS score and again you register for a new NTS test through COMSATS, the best score will be counted for merit calculation. One campus NTS test is applicable for another campus. No need to re-register for the test again. However, the following point must be kept in your mind while filling up the admission form. The admission closing date of CUI campuses, which may be different. An applicant will fill up the admission form and register for the NTS test of that campus whose closing date is earlier. Then fill up the admission form of another campus. While filling up the admission form of second campus, the applicant will mention the CUI roll number in the third portion of NTS section. It is mandatory for an applicant to upload the paid NTS challan in the online admission portal. No need to send the hard copy of your paid challan to the NTS office and the admission office of CUI. COMSATS do not accept the entry test and NTS test of any institute and university. However, CUI will accept the score of candidates who are appear in NAT and GAT tests through NTS. You can download internet-generated result from NTS website. It is purely the discretion of the other university they accept the COMSATS University NAT and GAT test or not. You can purchase the NTS book for preparation from any bookshop. For MS program, an applicant must have 16 years of education having no third division throughout academic career. If a candidate is coming from the semester system, he or she must have minimum 2.5 CGPA out of 4. Whereas in the annual system, an applicant must have 60% of marks in the last degree. The candidate will also appear in the GAT general exam. For PhD program, an applicant must have 18 years of education having no third division throughout academic career. At least 6 credit hours of thesis is mandatory in MS MPhil. If a candidate is coming from the semester system, he or she must have minimum 3 CGPA out of 4, whereas in the annual system, an applicant must have 70% of marks in the last degree. The candidate will also appear in the GAT subject test. Work experience is not considered in merit calculation in MS and PhD program. Result awaiting candidates cannot apply for admission in MS and PhD program. In MS and PhD program, there should be no third division throughout academic career. It is mandatory for each applicant to appear and pass the GAT test at the time of admission. Admission will not be granted without GAT exam. GAT journal and GAT subject are one of the prerequisites of admission process for MS and PhD program. The candidate will only get the call for departmental test and interview once he or she qualify in their GAT exam. After passing the departmental test and interview, candidate's name will be recommended for the merit, and the university will offer admission accordingly. The unqualified candidates in interview will not get the offer for admission. If an applicant NTS test score expires before the closing date of admission application, the candidate will re-register and appear for the test again through CUI. Otherwise, the admission form will not be considered for admission. Application cannot be submitted after the deadline. There is no late fees policy. If a candidate withdraw admission, university fee refund policy will be applicable. If a candidate withdraw admission within the first week of commencement of classes, then 100% tuition fee will be refunded. If a candidate withdraw admission within the second week of commencement of classes, then 50% of tuition fee will be given. In the third week, nothing will be refunded. Here I would like to mention timeline shall be calculated continuously covering both weekends and weekdays. In case if you are unable to meet the eligibility criteria of a program after declaration of board result, your admission will be cancelled immediately and all the deposited dues will be refunded upon submission of failed result. New admission refund of dues cases will be initiated in the first week of commencement of classes and it will take at least 2 weeks. CUI Islamabad campus do not provide installments at the time of admission. However, this option is available in some of the other campuses of COMSATS. No, it will change as and when notified by the university from time to time. If a candidate wants to cancel the admission, he or she will submit a written application duly signed by their parents and the candidates along with the following document. Number 1. Photocopy of the offer letter. Second. Photocopy of the paid fee challan. To attend the first semester in CUI is compulsory and deferment is not an option for the undergraduate applicant. However, the applicant of graduate program may defer first semester in case of special circumstances. Previous admission offer was valid only for previous semester and time limited. Yes, a student can change his or her program before the commencement of classes subject to fulfillment of the following requirements. Number 1. Meeting the prerequisite and eligibility criteria of that program in which he or she is seeking transfer. Second, meeting of the closing merit of said program. Third, availability of seat in that program. After commencement of classes, if a student intended to change his or her program is requested to submit a written application to the concerned HOD, who will further mark the said application to the Department of Academics for further processing as per rule. Change of program request will not be considered after first week of commencement of classes. Admission in one campus of CUI can be transferred to another campus of CUI. The paid dues will be transferred to the campus of destination in due course of time. However, the student who intend to transfer in other campus will submit the written application and produce the offer letter of that campus. Your application. In such case, applicant is advised to address the objection before the closing date of application. For undergraduate programs, merit calculation formula is 10% metric, 40% FSC and 50% NTS. However, due to this prevailing pandemic COVID situation, this time in fall 2021 admission, merit formula will be 50% metric and 50% NTS base for the result awaiting candidates. The merit of A-level result awaiting applicant will be formulated based upon their O-level equivalency plus entry exam. The applicant can view their merit status by logging into the admission portal. The selected candidates will get their offer letter and challan for further compliance. There is no merit calculator on CUI website.